What toxic behavior has been normalized by the internet? Expecting everyone to be perfectly aware of every single thing that's happening in the world at once. Also, not being able to make mistakes between school, work, working out, and trying to enjoy what little free time I have. I don't get to keep up with everything going on in the world, and people will give me shit like, how do you not know this? Sorry, I don't spend every minute of my life on social media. Exactly. Plus, not only is it absurd to expect people to know everything that's going on in the world, it's also unhealthy. The constant stream of bad news is awful for our mental health. Trying to keep up with everything is like a recipe for depression. Really. Using social media for information instead of doing research, and the complete lack of backing down from bad information. The lack of apologizing or changing direction when you learn something new. People share falsifications, learn it was wrong information and do nothing. No apology, no clarification. // by far and large. This, fact checking, critical thinking, straying from the echo chambers and flood of disinformation on social media. Lol. This meme hit my trigger point. So I'm going to spread this as though it's fact. I don't really care if it is true or not, only that it matches my cognitive dissonance. Fuck. FASA book was so great when I joined 11 or 12 years ago. The longer it's been, the more it's turning to poison. Aggression. Seriously. It's like most people have a stick up their ass and need to claw into somebody. Yes, this is very accurate. Most people just get triggered by a lot of things in the world, and instead of rationalizing and understanding where the anger is actually coming from, might have completely nothing to do with the situation or person they are angry at, but instead they become reactive and controlled by their emotions. Abusing a complete stranger for no good reason. It's easy to say stuff that will get you punched in the face when nobody can punch your face for it. A friend of mine who was viciously bullied online used to say, "Everybody's brave behind a screen." There's a Norwegian rap song that talks about cyberbullying and especially racism, with the line, paraphrasing, "It's easy to be a rebel from your parents' editor's note, basement." Judging the whole life of a person based on a 10 seconds video. Similarly, subs like /r/amethysol or /r/relationships who constantly advocate cutting contact with good friends and close family over a single event, as if the word consequences has never entered their mind. I once read a story on a different sub that involved a boyfriend being lazy about doing the dishes, and someone in the comments said she should dump him just for not doing the dishes one time. r/relationships is a trip. Mob mentality. Couple this with bandwagoning, and we have thousands upon thousands of strangers who would hunt people down over a questionable tweet, sending death threats, and making them lose their jobs. Like, woo. How pathetic and empty does someone's life have to be to send death threats over a fucking tweet? Maybe some sent death threats. Maybe some just said lol I wish they die. A bandwagon is a bandwagon. And the more creative you are with your insults, the more you're favored by the others. Justine Sacco's racist half-joke tweet is a pretty well-known example of something blowing up. Wishing death on others. Yeah, I wish this would die. Cheeky. Probably a lack of a chance for redemption. People can get fired for some one-time joke they tweeted 6 years earlier that got dug up once they were in the spotlight. They could have easily changed in those 6 years, but their record is ruined permanently. There was a reporter who did this to a guy who had raised a bunch of money for a cause. He had made some inappropriate tweet years prior, and the reporter dug through his tweets, or MySpace or whatever it was, and published it. Then it turned out that same reporter had tweeted an inappropriate tweet years before too, and was promptly fired. https://imga.com/dlkkgqz png. Almost like if you dig deep enough, everyone has at some point said some offensive shit. Literally everyone on the planet. I hope Noon gets a hold of my private messages. Dude, the amount of shit me and my friends throw at each other would make you think we are all bigoted pieces of shit. But we love each other. Bragging about bad mental health. I'm so quirky I hear voices. Blaming your asshole behavior on A lack of caffeine, the phases of the moon, or the alignment of the planets/stars. The phases of the moon. I'm a werewolf. Please understand. I think werewolves get a pass on this one. Sorry officer, but as you can see it's a full moon out there, and I saw this delicious looking human walking down the road and I couldn't help myself. Staying in a social bubble/circle jerk until opinions become worldviews and creeds which lead to violence and hate. So what's going on right now? Good cause bullying. People pestering celebrities and companies as an attempt to blackmail them into speaking on behalf of certain causes. It's pathetic and counterproductive. This will only get fake or polite responses to shut these people up and not risk getting cancelled by this mob. Completely misses the point. These people should instead aim to make them understand, to empathize, not force a cause down their throats with blackmail and aggression. This persecution only causes indifference and a backlash. People have the right not to say shit about BLM or whatever, which is why I chose to not participate in any way besides this comment. Same reason why I didn't participate in the #MeToo movement either. Saying all men are bad is also the same as saying all cops are bad. We need men on our side to make a change. We need cops on our side to make a change. Glorification of anxiety and depression. Thank you. I understand that there are varying cases of mental disorders, but it's gotten to the point where I have to question whether I can say that I have depression and general anxiety disorder without being taken seriously. Nowadays everyone is so depressed because of insert celebrity death. This right here. I sometimes question myself if I have anxiety at all, or am I just being a little bitch and that other people just don't take it seriously at all. Attacking someone for a belief that differs from yours. Reddit in a nutshell. The Reddit hive mind can be quite toxic if it turns on you. Oh, I love it. Seeing people sending me death threats because of one comment is absolutely hilarious. Plus confidence boosting. I mean, how bad does your life have to be? The Reddit hive mind is basically, oh wow, you have a different opinion. Fuck you. Demanding an instant reply regardless of the hour. A few people I know will text me, and if they get no reply within 5 minutes, they send a follow-up asking if I got the first one. These people will also call repeatedly until I answer. I work early hours. These people know I'm unavailable after 7 PM every night, but just cannot respect that boundary. Granted, this has always been a thing, but I believe the constant always-on culture of the internet has made it worse. I believe there are apps that could manage silent modes for specific numbers, even depending on the hour of the day. Cancel culture. Mental health bragging. Wishing death upon others. People thinking the earth is flat, etc. Cancel culture just kills me. From widespread mobs digging into a tweet/post from years ago to locals who decide they didn't agree with a business policy, usually not discriminatory. It's like a return policy or a cashier being rude, and posts on Facebook that the business, small or large, should be boycotted. It's pretty ridiculous over one-sided information, and people just go with it and don't question a thing. I feel about 1,000,000 years old. But what is cancel culture? I googled it, but all I could find is that it's online shaming. Is it something specific, or is it an umbrella term? It's the ability to bring up something from your past and use it to shame who you are now. Edgy/angsty teen/young adult posting something as a joke, but never deleted it. Well, now that you're famous and someone doesn't like you for whatever reason, they can find it and use it to destroy your reputation if it looks bad enough. Thanks for the answer. Now I'm really happy to be 1,000,000 years old. Being social media dependent. Witch hunting and doxing. I guess I've never heard of this one. Could you explain? Sorry, I live under a rock. Exposing someone's personal information to public. Narcissism. Pro tip: chop your dick off instead of dating a narcissist. It will hurt less. You're not wrong there, kiddo. Complete disregard for scientific facts, along with the belief that only the other side is capable of this behavior. Cherry picking facts that are only favorable to a particular worldview is a phenomenon that transcends political boundaries. Yeah, I've seen people on both sides sharing fake news just because it exposed someone they didn't agree with. Self-victimization for attention. belief that your opinion is as valid as the facts. Did I ask? I agree. How mental health support and awareness is only limited to anxiety and depression. Almost never about any other mental health issues like schiz, OCD, BPD, postpartum depression/psychosis. Other mental health issue is a problem or is weird. This is what I say when people say there's less stigma around mental illnesses. Well, yeah, some of them. But with others it's not uncommon for people to still label them as crazy. Romanticizing mental illness. The most I see is bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, and it. For some reason perfectly healthy people want to have them. By all means I would do anything to not suffer from bipolar disorder. It has made my life so difficult. I imagine so. It must be really upsetting to think that there are people out there that want to experience the pain and difficulty that you do because they think that it makes them quirky or more interesting. Cheating. This I can handle a lot of things, but I despise cheaters. As a man, I would never want to be cheated on, and therefore I will never cheat on someone I'm with. Being cheating on makes you feel worthless and ashamed. If I'm unhappy in the relationship, then I would figure out a way to work it out with communication, or cut my losses and end it. Dude, I've been fucked over by exes so much, thanks to me no less, that at this point, I automatically just don't trust women. Hell, right now there's one that I trust, and that's my friend's mother who was there when I was suicidal. Everyone else gets the locked up "you're gonna hurt me, I know it, but I'm playing it cool now" attitude, especially after trust was already broken. Cancel culture. People make mistakes. I'm relieved I didn't grow up in the age of the internet BC. God knows what garbage beliefs I would have posted. Me too. I'm so fortunate that I was effectively the last generation to be raised without internet and without cell phones. They were just coming to prominence. Expecting strangers and others to care about your problems and life. I care about you. You/Funkbunchessafotes. Expecting a response once something is read. Being left on read should not be considered a dick move. Small things don't necessitate immediate responses. Thinking Snapchat, Instagram, etc. This literally had a friend tell me I wasn't putting enough effort as they were in our friendship because I didn't respond to their messages. Like, I'm sorry, I'm busy and have a life and other shit going on. Black and white mentality. Something is either 100% morally pure, or it's terrible and no one should look at it, or even mention it, which also includes a complete lack of critical thinking. Which brings to mob mentality and the bad vice many have of just hopping on the first opinion they deem reasonable, without any kind of information to back up their choice or any reasonable justification of why their opinion is the best amongst all. Also, assuming that every opinion is valid. No, not every opinion has a sound basis and logical fact, and some opinions that can be easily discredited by facts are not, and never will be valid. I have no reason to respect any opinion that goes actively against something/a group of people just for the sake of internet peace. If you are new to Tattletale TV, please subscribe. I have new videos every day. Stay tuned right now for another